Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the most mind-blowing, jaw-dropping and downright ridiculous stories from around the internet. Today, we've got a lineup that'll make your brain do somersaults. We are talking about KSI's downfall. Yes, the once unstoppable YouTube legend is facing a storm of controversy and setbacks. And if that wasn't juicy enough, Mark Zuckerberg has officially declared war on Apple in a tech feud that's shaking up Silicon Valley. But that's not all. We're also covering potential prison time for former president, the surprising comeback of Honey despite its shady past, and the rise of AI-generated content that might just take over YouTube. So buckle up, grab your favorite snack, and let's jump into it. Let's kick things off with some good old billionaire beef. Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan's podcast recently and absolutely roasted Apple. Like, he didn't just take shots, he unloaded the whole clip. Zuckerberg straight up said Apple has not done anything great in years, and it's just squeezing everyone with their 30% App Store tax. You know, that little fee they take every time you buy an app, a subscription, or even a Candy Crush booster. Zuck didn't stop there. He went on to accuse Apple of weaponizing privacy and security as a shield for their restrictive practices. According to Zuckerberg, Apple's ecosystem is locked so tight, it's practically a digital prison. When Meta wanted to integrate Apple's connection protocols for their Ray-Ban smart glasses, Apple shut them down, claiming it was not secure enough. Zuckerberg clapped back, saying it's only insecure because Apple did not bother to build proper security into it in the first place. But the real tea was about iMessages. You know, how your texts show up as blue bubbles on iPhones and green bubbles for Android users. Zuck says Apple's using that to socially pressure kids into staying in their ecosystem. It's not just about technology, it's a psychological game. If you're not part of the Blue Bubble Club, you're automatically labeled uncool. That's some straight up 1984 level manipulation. What makes this even spicier is Zuckerberg's claim that Apple's profits are thriving despite potentially declining iPhone sales. He says they have shifted focus from innovation to creating an ecosystem so sticky that people can't escape even if they wanted to. Whether Meta can actually disrupt this fortress remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, the tech world is watching this feud like it's a blockbuster fight night. Next up, let's talk about something straight out of a political thriller. Donald Trump might actually be the first US president to go to prison. Yep, you heard that right. The Supreme Court just ruled 5-4 against delaying his sentencing in the infamous hush money case involving Stormy Daniels. This case has been one of the most controversial legal battles in recent memory. Trump's lawyers tried every trick in the book to delay the sentencing, but the Supreme Court wasn't having it. The court's decision was razor thin, with a 5-4 vote showing just how divided even the highest level of judiciary are on this matter. It's the kind of drama that would make a great Netflix miniseries, except this is real life. Trump's legal team is of course appealing the decision, but this ruling marks a historic moment. The man who once held the most powerful office in the world is now facing the very real possibility of prison time, and if that happens, it'll set a precedent like never before. Imagine the headlines: former president and soon to be president behind the bars. It's the kind of thing that makes you double check you're not living in an alternate timeline. But here's where it gets even crazier. This case isn't just about the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. It's about accountability. Supporters say it's proof that no one is above the law, while critics argue it's a politically motivated witch hunt. Either way, it's a spectacle that's dividing the nation. And what does this mean for Trump's political future? Will this galvanize his supporters, or will it tarnish his legacy beyond repair? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, history is being written right before our eyes. Alright, let's talk about KSI, the YouTuber, rapper, boxer, and now apparently walking controversy. Lately, it seems like the internet's turning on him faster than a boomerang. His views are down, his Reddit's kinda dead, and fans are saying he's acting, well, weird. And then there is Prime, his energy drink brand with Logan Paul. Prime was a massive hit when it launched. People were literally fighting in stores to get their hands on a bottle. It was the hottest thing since sliced bread, but in 2025, the hype is fizzled. Sales plummeted by almost 50%, dropping from £131 million to just £68 million. That's a jaw-dropping fall for a brand that seemed unstoppable. And it's not just about the sales. Rumors are swirling that Amazon is not thrilled about the name Prime and might be gearing up for a legal showdown. Imagine getting sued by one of the biggest companies in the world, not exactly a vibe. But wait, there is more. KSI's other product, Lunchly, is also taking hits. It's a Lunchable knockoff marketed as a healthier option for kids. Enter Dr. Mike, the internet's favorite doctor who tore into Lunchly like it was a bad medical report. He pointed out that while it might have less sugar and fat than regular Lunchables, it's still packed with sodium, so much so that kids will be hitting their daily limit just from eating these. And let's not forget the reports of mold showing up in some packs. That's not just a bad look, it's a PR nightmare. KSI is also facing backlash from fans who feel like he's lost his touch. His Reddit, once a hub of creativity and memes, is now filled with complaints and criticism. And its recent behavior has some people wondering if the pressure is starting to get to him. It's like watching a legend stumble and the internet's not being kind about it. Can KSI bounce back from his rough patch? Only time will tell, but right now, things aren't looking so great for him. Remember Honey, the browser extension that finds you coupons? It's like your digital best friend when you're broke. Well, it had a bit of a rough patch after allegations about data privacy and sketchy practices. Its user base dropped from 20 million to 17 million, but guess what? It's back up to 18 million users. So, why are people still using it? Simple. People love saving money when it comes down to it. Most of us are willing to overlook a few red flags if it means getting $10 off our next Amazon order. It's the classic, I know it's bad, but it's just so convenient dilemma. Honey might not be squeaky clean, but clearly people don't care enough to stop using it. And let's not forget the role of influencers here. Honey partnerships with big name YouTubers and streamers have helped keep it in the spotlight. When your favorite creator tells you they saved $50 on a gaming setup using Honey, it's hard not to give it a shot. Sure, there are privacy concerns, but for most users, the promise of savings outweighs the risks. Plus, with the cost of living on the rise, people are desperate for any way to cut corners. It's a perfect storm for Honey's resurgence, and it's clear the backlash has not slowed them down as much as expected. Finally, let's talk about AI, the magical tool that's taking over everything, including YouTube. There has been an explosion of AI-generated content on the platform, from voiceovers to entire videos. AI is cranking out content faster than you can say algorithm. But here's the thing, a lot of it is, well, slop. It's generic, soulless, and feels like it was made by a robot, because it was. Sure, it's efficient, but it's also flooding YouTube with low-effort content. Real creators are struggling to compete, and it's raising questions about whether AI will eventually replace human YouTubers entirely. And it's not just YouTube, AI is replacing jobs everywhere. Writers, artists, coders, no one's safe. The promise of faster production comes with the risk of losing the unique touch that only humans can bring. From every creator using AI as a tool to enhance their work, there's a dozen more relying on it to pump out cookie-cutter videos. The result? A platform that feels increasingly cluttered and less authentic. So, what does the future hold? Experts predict that while AI will continue to grow, the demand for human creativity won't disappear. Viewers crave authenticity, personality, and the connection that only real people can offer. The challenge for creators will be finding the balance between leveraging AI for efficiency and maintaining their unique voice. It's a new frontier, and the stakes have never been high for those trying to stand out in the digital age. So there you have it. Zuck's war on Apple, Trump's legal drama, KSI's rollercoaster year, Honey's surprising comeback, and the rise of AI slop. It's a wild world out there, and we're here just to laugh, cry, and occasionally yell at our screens. If you enjoyed this chaotic rundown of everything happening in the world, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you think about all this craziness. Until next time, stay curious, stay chaotic, and don't forget to drink water. Peace.